Hello everybody, Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 114-109 loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, and this was a heartbreaker because obviously we weren't as short-handed as we were in the previous game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We did have Malachi Flynn, Pascal Siakam, and Gary Trent Jr. return to the lineup in this game. However, the Raptors couldn't pull it out despite the fact that they made a push. They made some runs there, and there's a lot of people we have to talk about. There's a lot of people there's a lot of positives to take away from this game, right? And yes, you might say the Sixers were missing some players as well, this, that, and whatever, but we're missing two of our true starting centers. Chris Boucher is a guy that I think he's playing like this tonight. He will certainly get some center minutes, but he's more of a power forward, and he struggles against the big, lumbering big men. And you're going up against the Sixers with Joel Embiid. It's tough to do that without your two main starting centers. So I'm getting the excuses and all that out of the way from the start because there's a lot of positives to take away. I'm looking at this game and I'm saying, all right. If we won this one, I think we'd be in the 6th seed in the Eastern Conference or tied for... So we're still right in the thick of things, even with this loss. So lots of positives to take away, but there's one guy we got to talk about. And, the Scotty Barnes Award, obviously with Scotty out recently, the award hasn't been going to him that often. And tonight, we're getting a super Scotty Barnes Award going to Chris Boucher in this game because... my goodness. Chris Boucher, the slingshot, cooking tonight. 28 points, 19 rebounds. 19 rebounds, almost had a 2020 game. 10 of 14 from the field, 5 of 7 from the three-point line. This was a massive bounce-back performance, considering bounce-back performance from the whole entire season for Chris Boucher. I've been saying it, he's been playing better prior to the Raptors getting all their games canceled and players going down and all that, but had a rough outing in the previous game. I was talking about how he shot 10 threes, and that's probably not the optimal strategy if you're looking for W's or whatever, but tonight, he's quieting the haters, even though I'm not a Chris Boucher hater. He's quieting people. He's getting the balloons going. Getting the balloons going for old Chris Boucher because, my goodness, the shot was on fire, whether it be those set shots, right? The set ones as he can make, with defenders. His release is so high. The thing about his unorthodox form is, when the form is high, right? When it's up here, you can have a defender right in his face, and he just lets it fly right in their mug, and it was going down there tonight. 5 of 7 from the three-point line. Had a couple with the foot on the line or deep twos that were to this one. He was cutting well. He was making the right decisions, and this is the Chris Boucher. Obviously, we're not going to get a 28-19 Chris Boucher night in, night out, but if we can get a Chris Boucher that's 35 to 40% from the three-point line, right? Obviously, 5 of 7 tonight. That's way above 50, way above 60. But if we can get Chris Boucher consistently hitting threes, obviously he gets a couple blocks tonight here as well, where he can be a long, wiry sort of four-man for your roster to go out there with, you can run him alongside a Pascal Siakam, Precious Achiuwa, a Khem Birch, right? So you have, even though you're running small ball this season, right, we don't have that 7-foot center, Chris Boucher can be coming on the offside and then chasing down, swatting down some blocks. And I named a few forwards there playing along DJ Wilson, right? We saw those two, that dynamic lineup there looking good. But Chris Boucher, gotta give credit. Throw some W's in the chat for Chris Boucher bouncing back in this game. Right, I'm looking at people in the chat. People are hyped on old Boucher. I'm excited. I want to see that Chris Boucher back because he was a beast last year. Right, people were talking about how much he'd get paid, we wouldn't be able to keep him, all that sort of stuff. Right, and then as this season is going along, will he even have a contract next season? People were bringing up, and I'm hoping this is a turning point for the season for Chris Boucher. So let's get a little leg spike going there for old Chrissy Boucher in this game. But I brought up how Chris Boucher, alongside other forwards, it's a huge positive. It's a plus out there for his game, for everything that's rocking. But another forward that played well in this one, there's a couple forwards we have to talk about. I'll bring up the main guy first, Pascal Siakam, 28 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, steal and a block, and he looked like a number one option out there tonight. He came out, especially at the start of this one, and said, all right, give me the ball, get out of my way at times, right? If the offense is stagnating, I can hit those midi pulls, right? I got Tobias Harris on me, weak sauce. I can drive straight to the rim and finish around the lane, right? That's the Pascal Siakam we're hoping, right? Play inside out. He's 0 for 4 from the three-point line. You barely noticed. Do you know why? Because he wasn't settling. There's stretches during the game where he did settle occasionally, but it always bounced back with Siakam making some solid takes, making the right decisions. So that's positive. People trash on Siakam so much this season, right? And you got to give credit to him when he has a game like this, has a positive in this one. 28 points, 6 and 8. Coming back, we saw how a lot of players out with health and safety protocols. You can't really touch a ball. You're in isolation. You're doing this. You're doing that, right? It's tough to come back into the fold and have a big game. It was nice to see Pascal Siakam do it against a team that in theory he should struggle against because they're a solid defensive team down there in Philadelphia. Joel Embiid can clog the lane, but I'm happy that Siakam could get his game going, so that's a huge positive. But I think the guy that most people are excited about, I threw him in the title, and it's another forward, and I saw a tweet, someone threw it out, that he recovered from COVID in an hour and a half, right? He couldn't, for some reason, the health and safety protocols, he was trying to get through it. He finally was cleared by the second half of this game. I'm not sure what they got going on there with testing and all that, but fortunately, DJ Wilson was allowed to come in this game, and he's got his juice in the oven, as those Instagram pictures he likes to post, wild captions and stuff, and the juice was in the oven for this game because 9 points, 6 rebounds. Right? You're gonna say, "Oh, Ben, that's a trash box score, or not trash, but average." But 13 minutes because he only played the second half, and on top of that, his ability, his defense changed the game with the energy that he was providing. His ability to guard Joel Embiid. He was a plus 12 for this game, and obviously he's given up inches and weight to Joel. Right? Clearly. And there was a couple times, obviously, there was the Raptors, usually when they have the bigs, they're guarding some people, right? They throw doubles, they throw unorthodox double teams, and you're trying to get into that gap position, you're rotating, right? If the double comes, you kind of cheat, right? Then Joel Embiid sets up, then you got to recover to your man, or if you're too deep, someone recovers, you go back to someone on the other side. The Raptors have a very complex defensive system, and there's a couple times he did get burned occasionally, just not knowing where to be, which makes sense. He's only been on this team for 3 days? So it's a couple of things there. But other than that, his energy, his hustle, his rebounding, he was a monster out there, whether it be on the offense or defensive glass. He's 5 or 6 from the free throw line, wasn't afraid of anything, right? Plays his role, hasn't forced anything at all, and he's just doing that. To do that, while missing the entire first half as well, recovering from a pandemic disease in an hour and a half or whatever the test said, that's a huge plus. And we have 14 players before all the 10 days were signed and all that. And tonight we did see Oturo play a little bit. I thought he had a couple of solid defensive possessions, blocking shots and getting rebounds, but he's not the level of DJ Wilson currently, or in the 2 games that we've seen, even though Oturo is a guy that I think a lot of people were very excited about. Tremont Waters didn't really show much of anything in this game, but only played 7 minutes, so it's tough to really take away much from that, but he's not a big positional need, right? And Morgan didn't even get on the court in this game. So out of those waiver guys, if we're bringing back another player, especially if we can get him on the cheap, right, I'd want Wilson on this roster long term, because I brought up, the Boucher side of things, right? And, the Raptors, even though they're smaller, they're also thin in the front court, right? We only truly have, four guys really in Precious, Birch, Siakam, and Boucher that can play those sorts of positions, right? OG and Scotty can fill their way up there occasionally, but those are guys that really can handle the load of the big man positions. Having another guy that you can sort of rotate in there, especially if someone's injured, that can play remarkable defense, maybe even overtake someone in the rotation on a given night, or, squeak his way in there consistently. That's huge. Especially playing alongside a Boucher or Birch, who are known shot blockers, but again, are undersized at times. So if you have a guy that can hold his own against a Joel Embiid, right, and then they can come out as a weak side shot blocker on the other end, That's the type of defense the Raptors love to run, and it's pretty huge. And he's mobile, and he plays around the wing, so that's huge. That is that's big time. That is big time. So I'm happy with DJ Wilson, hoping he gets a roster spot, right? If we cut Sam Decker, we couldn't have cut Sam Decker for nothing. I'm surprised he hasn't been picked up by a roster or team on a 10-day somewhere throughout the league. So maybe he's back in Europe. I haven't kept too many tabs on Sam Decker following his release from the Toronto Raptors, but that's unfortunate. And yeah, so shout out to DJ Wilson playing big time minutes. I'll give a fresh dose of CG water because he didn't look good tonight for most of this game, with exception of about a 4-minute stretch where he was splashing threes, hitting shots, getting some buckets, making some nice passes to Pascal. Right, Svi Mykhailiuk, I would like a little bit more consistency, and when you're rolling, you're rolling. Keep taking the shots, getting the ball going. And there's a moment which kind of summed up Svi over the past sort of month in my eyes, where he's been cooking, right? He hits a few shots, he gets his game going, and then a few possessions later, he's on the wing, right? He gets the ball swung to him on the wing, and there's two defenders, right, within 3 feet. And if you're a shooter, unless you're Matt Thomas, because Matt Thomas hated shooting for some reason, particularly in his second season with the Toronto Raptors, but and there's the closest guys within 3 feet, even if it's on both sides, right? It's visually they could be there. You're hoisting that shot up, especially if you're feeling good. The shot's going down. However, Svi Mykhailiuk just kind of passed up on it, drove in, and you want to see Svi be more of a scorer, right? You want to see Svi get his game going a little bit, have a bit more confidence, and it's just unfortunate to see Svi, especially on a night where the shots were kind of going down. You want to see that Svg water drip, rain down on them a little bit more, but he did a 2-3, so it's a bit of progress. Hopefully now this gets his game going for future games, so to speak. But yeah, those are our guys. Yuta Watanabe had a little bit of a scare there, had an injury concern, which is unfortunate because he was having a solid game, knocked down 2 of his 3 threes, but ended up with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 31 minutes. But started the game pretty hot, and then I didn't really notice him too much following his injury. Got in there on the court, and then didn't seem to get too much going. But yeah, so that's Yuta Watanabe there. And Gary Trent Jr., 6 of 24, looked a step-ish slow in this one in terms of just getting his shots going. The legs weren't on them, and he's recovering from health and safety protocols. I saw someone in the chat say that he actually had COVID and played in this game. I don't know if you can do that, but I haven't. There's been so much. I've been trying to distance myself from all of those reports, all that news, and all that. Newfoundland's in a bit of a lockdown-ish thing here, so I've been trying to stay away from all of those Woj problems about that, but hopefully Gary's healthy. Obviously took 24 shots, which makes sense because he's our go-to bucket getter, right? Shot creator, and if he's out there on the court, you love to see it. And we have a super chat. I haven't had a super chat in a while from WC saying, "How's it going?" And WC, I'm doing well. I'm happy. I'm living life. I'm happy the Toronto Raptors. I'm happy for Chris Boucher having a bounce back game, right? That's what I'm happy about. That's what I'm happy about. But hopefully the Raptors start translating these improved performances to some W's. But I'm feeling good. How are you doing? How are you doing, Double C? But we have another super chat. The super chats come in bunches. But if you get the animation playing, gotta play the animation from Bueno Kitty. So is he Svg, Streaky, Squeegee Waters. Squeegee Waters? Squeegee Waters. What's the thing it was called? Is that a squeegee? Where you move water from place to place? I'm not sure. That's it's like the slap chop guy and the squeegee, I want to call it. Might have to adjust the Svg water animation for, until Svg starts getting the buckets going a little bit more. But and speaking of nicknames, RPGT, Balakanabe and Swatanabe, choose one. I think Swatanabe. It's a bit more vicious, bit more flowy off the tongue. But I like seeing Chris did a Watanabe. No blocks for Swatanabe tonight, but he'll get a few. He'll get a few coming on. But I appreciate the super chats. But I do want to talk about actually I'll save it for the segments. And yeah, let's swing it into the segments because I wanna chat with you guys. Chat's popping right now. Got 146 people in here. A little like spike going before we swing into those segments. But tonight, the spicy pea leg of the day I mean, there's definitely a few it could go to, but it's going to go to old Chris Boucher being back, hitting threes. He had one shot. I think it was, I'm not sure who was on him, but it's so satisfying to see Chris Boucher have the extended form, shooting over players and seeing those shots go down, right? It's satisfying to see those buckets go in. And there's a moment, particularly in the fourth, where the Raptors were making their run back, and Boucher just hit one, knocked one down, and it was exciting to see. Gary Trent Jr. hit a step back as well at the end of this game to get his game going. So I don't know. I'm happy. Those are my spicy Pelays of the day. There's a few dunks. There's a few things happen, but I don't know. The run the Raptors made at the end of this game, definitely getting the spicy Pelay of the day. And we have a super chat from Marcel Martin. And the membership is currently off the go because, yeah, this Fiji water emoji, all the emojis only come with the super chats. They will be back in the new year. We, as you guys may have seen, right, we're currently in the mid stage. A bunch of the people at the NBA are off on winter break or whatever it's called. But it's a bunch of people they're off, and we want to be able to use clips. We're allowed to use clips. We're licensed by the NBA. We're in partnership with the NBA now, so we can actually play some highlights and not get our videos taken down. Even though I don't get it, I'm going a little spiel here to all you guys in the chat. But there's a bunch of random YouTubers or Raptors accounts that can just play clips and assumingly not get their videos taken down. Right? I get the demonetized or whatever, but like, 'cause we tried to do stuff and they just get taken down for us. So we had to partner with the NBA in order to actually get the clips, but it is what it is, I guess, right? They like the content, they're happy. But so we have to work things out with the membership stuff and getting that back. So the new year, the memberships will be back with juice sort of things and new stuff happening. So that's what happened. I didn't even know that would occur once we made partnership, but that is what it is. A little random update on the YouTube scene, but. From Christian Burton, super chat. One thing is clear. After Banton, our guard depth is so poor. I don't think this team can move forward next season without some trades. Yeah, I think it's we definitely need to get Malachi Flynn. I'm saving Malachi Flynn talk for the second segment, but the Crimson Flynn, fourth quarter Flynn, he's struggling this season, it feels like, and he's a guy that just feels. The Raptors' switchable defense, he doesn't have the girth of a Fred VanVleet to really get in the way of people, and doesn't really fit on that end. And the three-point shot's streaky. The shots are a bit streaky. I don't know. I'll talk about Flynn in a second, but I agree with you. Either trades, drafting people, we'll see what happens. Adjustments to the roster, but I don't think this is the team we're going to specifically contend for a championship with or do whatever. But I think this team, especially if we get back healthy, can make a push in the playoffs, right? Get that mid-seed. Top 4 seed is still my hope. If the Cavs didn't come out of nowhere and Rubio went down, hopefully he's healthy, but he's a huge blow to them if he actually gets injured. But the Cavs, they're the 4th seed right now. I think we can make a push to the Cavs, but I think we'd be close to 5 or 6 if we won this game tonight. So we're not out of the mix by any means. But 1-800-LUNATIC, isn't it fair use if you're reacting to the clips? That's what I thought. That's what we thought. I don't know, OG fans, not OG, y'all are OGs, you're here, especially during the dark days of the Raptors, but we used to be trying to do random stuff with clips all the time. We'd have the GIF loofs going, now the animations are going to play bad. I apologize for this, but we always got the GIF loofs going, right? We were originally just GIF loops, and we're like, okay, we're going to get stuff back, right? We're going to play some clips while we're going, and then our videos will just be taken down, so what can you do? What can you do? But and now we're partners, so we can do it, but there's still rules on all the stuff. So we're learning, we're figuring it out. It's also the holidays, so Riker's a new Flan. He hasn't been on the pods. He's been busy eating fam and all that sort of stuff, but we're figuring it all out. I'm rambling here. It's not even the final alarm yet, and I'm already rambling. So I'm going to swing it. Not all plays will be the spicy Pelay of the day, and some just make you say, oh, geez. And tonight, we had a few OGs plays of the day, and one of them, so I listened to a podcast the other day by JJ Redick with Georges Niang, right? Seemed like a cool dude. I'm not hating on Niang at all, but he does not look like in terms of physique and stuff out there. He's a stocky guy, but he looks like a ball player you'll see at the Y, at the the field house or wherever you're to, right? More so than an NBA player, just comparatively next to all the NBA players, just in terms of his physique. And just seeing him sort of bully his way in there and get buckets, it makes me say, oh, geez. You're like, how can you not stop this guy? It's the Steve Novak effect or whoever, right? And seeing him sort of a Baby Davis, a Glenn Big Baby Davis, who played for the St. John's Edge. Shout out to him. But seeing him get buckets and kill us for a stretch, he had 19 points in this game. He was dismantling the Toronto Raptors, specifically in the second and third quarter, it felt like. And it just made me say, oh, geez, seeing that happen. Specifically in terms of a play. Joel Embiid, Chris Boucher, I think it was the spicy Pele, hit a three to bring us back within 3 points or something. The Raptors were rolling. And Boucher playing lockdown defense up at the front, right? Playing up on the 3-point line, doing his thing. Right, and he's got long arms too. Right in Joel Embiid's face. Joel's just chilling there like LeBron, spinning the ball in Serge Ibaka's face. Hits kind of a lean-in three to really... wasn't a dagger. The Raptors were still in it, but killed the momentum. Which killed me. Made me say, oh, geez. But let's swing it finally into the Paul Pierce Golden Kazoo Award of the night. And the kazoos are popping, the kazoos are out. Malachi Flynn. You were hoping to see Malachi Flynn with an opportunity, not of a lifetime. But last year, when we were resting Lowry, resting guys, we were playing our kazoos, tanking our way to Scotty Barnes, right? Malachi Flynn seized the opportunity, seized the moment, and said, I'm fourth quarter Flynn, I'm Flynn sanity, I'm this, I'm that. And tonight, had a big opportunity coming back, and I guess out of health and safety protocols, there's a built-in excuse there, but 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 32 minutes, 2 of 12 from the field, and just something's gotta get his game going, right? He needs the floaters. Last year, maybe he's not out there with Kim Birch because him and Birch were the dynamic duo at the end of last season, so we were tanking our way to Scotty, right? But they had some good moments, and maybe he needs a big out there to run pick and roll. His dad's always in the Facebook chat saying, right, we gotta run some pick and rolls with Malachi Flynn. What is Nick Nurse doing? He doesn't know anything, right? And then he plays Malachi Flynn for a few games, and the love is there. We got Joshy Ice doing our live streams, absolutely killing it. Made a fire video a couple days ago about why the Raptors didn't trade Siakam and shouldn't trade Siakam, but and he's the Siakam hater. I'm the big Siakam apologist on this podcast, but it's check that out. But he was high on Flynn coming into this season and just hasn't went on a run, hasn't done anything to go crazy. He played well in the game that we saw live, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Flynn, I think he'll get an opportunity even if he doesn't, end up staying with the team long term, this, that, or whatever, but needs to get something going. The threes, the jimmies, a floater, some pick and roll action. Something's got to happen with Flynn. I'm not throwing him under the bus or anything like that, but it's tough. But guys, this has been a rambly pod. It's been a fun game, though. Fun game. Definitely a fun game. So I want to hear your guys' takes in the chat. So let's get that final alarm going. Woo, 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 woo. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Woo, woo, woo. That's right. The final alarm has sounded. It has sounded. And I want to hear what you guys have to say about this game, about this team, about the Toronto Raptors, and about Clips, about life. How's your holiday season going? Treating you guys? But I don't care if Flynn starts. If stats are bad. I can't read. I don't have my glasses in, so I don't want to look too far over here. But stats are bad. He played good. Maybe. Nah. He had some moments. Like, he definitely had a couple of good shots, but other than that, didn't do anything too crazy. But yeah, the league is a complete mess. RWD BMX, complete mess out here happening. We should be looking at package Flynn, Dragic, and maybe Boucher now that he's playing well. Let's ride the Boucher wave. Let him play a few more games before we trade low on him. He still needs a few more just to get it. But I see the thought process, right? Sell high, buy low. And we have a super chat from Paul Blunt saying, tired of this preseason basketball. I need a drink. Tis the season. Have some eggnog. right? Some eggnog, some Colgate, or what is it? Eggnog and Colgate. I don't know. Maybe that's just a Newfoundland thing. But the celebration Christmas drinks. But miss seeing Barnes out there. 100%. Dr. Next. 100%. I say if anything, we make the 10th spot for the play-in tournament. Jacob, I see what you're saying, but top 4 seed. I'm sticking to it. Can't give up now. Sign DJ, replace Flynn. You can keep them both. I think Flynn's also on a rookie deal, so we're cutting him. But I definitely want Wilson on this roster. The final alarm creeps into my head. It's the point about time. That's the point. Christian's asking where's Riker. Riker's out at a FAM event, I think, tonight. So Sizzle will be back after tomorrow, though. Last FAM event. Taking a... it's a holiday season. We're all sort of halfway in, a little bit out and about, right? But can't wait to see Scotty back for sure. Refs need to leave the Raptors alone and stop stomping on us while we're down. I'm not upset with the players, but the refs are something else. Brandon, 100%. I don't blame the refs, and the refs aren't the reason we lost, but they definitely have a significant impact on momentum. And they called some touchy fouls on the Toronto Raptors in this game, which sucks. And free Scotty, stay safe, but yes, free Scotty. Passed on Desmond Bane for Flynn is our biggest draft L since Bruno. Yeah, Bane would be very, very nice on this roster, but Bruno wasn't an L. He brought us the G League. Without Bruno, Masai Ujiri would probably be 5 years later getting a G League team. And Bruno in the 905 has been huge for us. But we have a super chat from Bueno Kitty saying thoughts on Dragic buyout. What team needs him? Well, there's a report that came out a week ago, I want to say, about a week ago, and saying that no teams are interested in Dragic. So maybe we buy him out. Maybe we don't. Maybe he gives us, we buy him out they make an agreement, so because the Raptors want to stay under the cap, we buy him out for the $1 million less, so we can still sign DJ Wilson and stay under the cap threshold, and then he can go to Dallas or wherever he wants, and things work out for the best. Maybe I should make a whole video on that. Just thought about that on the spot, but I think that'd be good. The refs are really bad. I mean, paid under the table is bad. Get a little conspiracy theory going. Oh, that's not. I don't have it. I need to add all the animations to my solo pods. I'm doing too many of these solo pods. Got to add the animation. Stop being lazy. But agreed, Matt T. Passing on Desmond Bane. Yeah, definitely agreed with Matt. Need to give Scotty Barnes the ball every time up the floor and develop him. Yeah, well, we need Scotty Barnes on the court. 1-800-lunatic. I can't do that in this game. But Bane is a walking bucket. Yeah, Bane is a beast. I want to see if he can do it the whole season, though. Yeah, he's streaky, though. He's a young guy. Trent struggled in this one, 6-24, bouncing back. Well, people are saying he has the illness. He has COVID in this game. So if he's still getting 19 points with the flu, with the COVIDinos, then it's pretty good. We need the ref apologist back. Yeah, no apologists of reffing on this pod. I'm not apologizing for any refs in this game. They never help us. Not at all. Yeah, the game was really good. Yeah, the refs do act butthurt around Raptors players. But Dragic buyout, so technically we get nothing for the Lowry trade. Well, Nettie. You're missing out on you're forgetting about old Precious Achua. Big piece. He was the guy we really wanted in this one. And Bueno Kitty saying Dragic for you, make it happen. I'll make it happen. I will do it. Yeah, I couldn't even watch the last game. I was so bored. Yeah, the Cavs game. I reacted to it. I was reading a book while it was going on, so I did, especially in the second half. First quarter was good in the Cavs game, but the rest of it was tough. Nice to see DJ Wilson playing well, but yeah, it's hard to face day after day. 100% about time. When people are staying safe. It's not a good look out there, but good thing the Omicron. I saw an Instagram post saying that we should change the Omicron to swag. It's like one of those weird memes. I don't know. Made me giggle. Gave me the giggles. But how long do you think the Raps can get back to the contender list? I'd say next season, if we draft well, trade well, get a proper center. You know, we have a core group of guys, right? Scotty Barnes, we're young. We have guys like a rotation. Our starting fives, and especially Boucher comes back into the mix, starts playing well again. We have a solid 6 guys that are legit. They're you know, whether they Fred, Siakam, and OG prove that they're rotation caliber players on a championship roster, right? Upper echelon rotation players, right? Those are guys that took the number 1 option on any given night. Obviously, Kawhi was the number 1 option overall, but Pascal Siakam, Freddie VanVleet did lead the way in some of those games, so got to give credit there. OG obviously is coming back, was injured for a bit that season, but or particularly in the playoff run, but played well that year, and obviously continues his ascent. Right, Precious Achiuwa, Delano Banton. I think they could take steps forward going into next season. Scotty Barnes is already elite, right? Multi-time Scotty Barnes Award winner. So it's I'm confident. I'm confident that the Raptors can get back to, you know, where we've been over the past decade, right? Starting next year. We have a lot of guys. Just need to make some tweaks to the roster. Hopefully people take leaps forward. Maybe get a good draft pick. Who knows? But where are we? I might be skipping over stuff. You ignore Achiuwa. Yeah, but you can't ignore Achiuwa. Trent has been bad in his first games back, but he'll bounce back for sure. And Flynn's at his ceiling. Yeah, that's tough. And what happened to the Turner trade? Nothing happened on December 15th. That's what all the reporters were saying. It's going to happen. It's going to come out. But no deals ended up going down. And I thought we could get one reaction without the propaganda. Bueno, you will always be subject to the precious propaganda. You're living in a precious state. He's better than Bam. Better than Giannis. There's no other way of putting it. Hopefully he comes back soon, though. I think he'll have a big second half of this year. I'll flip Boucher for picks and Turner. Yeah, I think you do that. Especially with Boucher's up and downs, right? Turner would legitimately, even though I'm not the highest on Turner, I'm not the guy saying Turner's going to be the answer, Turner's going to be this, but positionally, he's exactly what we need. He's an average center with elite shot blocking, but other than that, right, he's average in every area, elite shot blocker, but maybe in the Raptors system, you'll unlock more out of him. He'll be your true starting sub 5. He'd be cool. For Boucher, I think you do it. Game from a Sixers fan. Shouldn't have made it that close, but classic Philly sports. Damian, GG, good game. But you know, the Raps are nice. Chris Boucher coming for Embiid's spot as top center in the league, as I just talked about trading him for Miles Turner. But the Sixers are interesting. I think when you figure out the Simmons situation, right, get the young socialite moved to a certain team, and you get something back for him, I think that'll help out Philadelphia's roster and see what happens there. But until that happens, Sixers are the Sixers. But didn't notice the super fan. Was Nov there? I hope he should be there. And I missed a bunch of chats. Apologize. I'm missing a bunch of them. I can't lean back and watch it because I don't have my contacts in. But Gary and Scotty are going to be even better next year, so I have faith. Yeah, our starting 5 is nice, and DJ Wilson could be a huge piece of the bench. DJ Wilson, the savior. But who do you think should get an upgrade? We should get to upgrade our bench. That's a nice question. Well, first I'm saying DJ Wilson. It's the first guy I'm saying. I'm throwing on that list. DJ Wilson. And it's tough to speculate, but so the trade deadline inches closer. We'll figure it out. We'll definitely throw some of those hypotheticals up there. But DJ Wilson's the answer to that question there, Toe. Hey, shout out and what up to Sixers fan in the chat. Shout out to Sixers fans. But I got my Scotty Barnes jersey in the mail today for Christmas. Magnetic knowledge. You got Scotty Barnes. Shout out Jake. I would say throw the Jake emojis in there, but pursue our membership thing is down. But love me some Precious. You gotta support the Precious propaganda, right? It's all about it. And better than Bam, man. He's better than Bam. He's better than Giannis. But that is what it is. And it's the core of a center, Siakam, OG, Gary Trent Jr., and Fred. and Barnes and Achua next season a contender to be a top team in the East? I think so. I think that's a legitimate squad right there. I think that's a goon squad, especially with one more year of development for all those guys. Gary, Scotty, Precious. Then you can't forget about Delana, hopefully taking another step at that point. I think that's a nice roster. We know Masai will be doing some smart stuff in the draft and getting stuff going, so that could be cool. Jarrett's bringing up Cam Reddish. I like that because you can buy him on the cheap. He's been playing really well lately as well, so maybe get him before his value gets too high. But can we get a he conquered, and I think we put the Turner talk to bed for a bit. Yeah, the Turner talk has been down for a while, but definitely got to make those animations. I cook some stuff up. I've been doing lots of random stuff lately, but some stuff that'll come out, some of it for other things, but animations will be coming. My signed OG Anunoby jersey came in yesterday in the mail. Jeez, Dave Davidson. That's fire. That's a W. I got an OG jersey 2 months into his rookie season. My proudest accomplishment. You can't really see it. It's usually the main staple in the background. Oh, now it's faded. Now it's gonna look weird. I'll fix it. There. Yeah, let me know what you guys got for Christmas. Got pulling up, but could have played a tour more. You could have, Alex, but Chris Boucher was just phenomenal in this one. DJ Wilson was too good in the second half, but I see what you're saying. He didn't play bad. That's why I missed OG tonight. Guard Embiid. Yeah. OG does a solid job occasionally switching on Embiid, but he's not going to be your main guy. We're peeping the likes. Let's get a little like spike going for this chat. Was it Tuesday night? Wednesday night? I don't really know. I got the week off work, so the days just go by. But quite worried about Flynn. He doesn't really fit our rotation system of the team, 100%. And are you the guy of Reddit who posted the jersey? I haven't been on Reddit, but if you're the Reddit, I love it. But send Bimmins. Don't know what I would do without post-game Raptors Digest podcast. Send Bimmins. I don't know what I'd do without you. Appreciate all you guys in the chat pulling up. But love that for tonight. Hopefully we get Fred, Scotty, Precious, Kem back Friday, and we go streaking. Love to see the Raptors get a little streak going, a little win streak, just like we had before all these game cancellations and people being out. The OGs from Jarrett. Shout out the OGs. Malachi's inefficient. Time to watch Toronto FC. Love it. But I got a bag of dirt for Christmas to grow my dreams. I love it. I'm a fun guy. Grow those dreams. Grab that dirt. Grow those dreams. Anyways, guys, y'all are the best to make this far. Check out the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter, all that cool stuff. Lots of fun stuff being planned, cooked up over the next couple weeks. So subscribe to Raptors Digest. We really appreciate it. Anyways, Raptors getting a W. Check out the merchandise as well. I'll plug in all that sort of stuff. Appreciate all you guys checking out this Raptors W. That felt like a W. Chris Boucher is getting 28 points and 19 rebounds. It's a sympathetic W. It's that. What's your? Oh, we got a Frank Ocean song. You saw the blonde hoodie. I haven't listened to Frank much actually recently. Self Control is the goated song of all time. But anyways, guys. On that note, stay safe. Raptors getting a few W's coming up. So y'all are the best. I'm signing off. Cheers.